Here at Bronxnet Television, not only do we provide coverage of local community news, we produce shows such as the one that's being premiered here tonight at our South Bronx La Central studio titled #Stress. Let's go check it out.
He's just a hater.
No, I'm not. You're just doing a lot. If you're going to go out like that, you might as well just remove it all and be free.
Okay, so just give me a second.
The ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people.
She started it.
What are you doing? If you be
It's a show that follows a first generation Ghanaian, and she's an influencer, but behind the scenes, she's really faking it, and she has some skeletons in the closet that really, when you watch the show, you'll find out.
Jasmine White is also a Creators Rebuild New York artist that wrote the show. She tells us the inspiration.
Stressed is dedicated to my millennial meltdown, and not that I'm a scammer, because I don't want to go to get in trouble, but just dealing with like the mental health aspects of coming into your own post-college and trying to figure out how to make it work, especially like in this super interconnected world with social media that makes us feel like we need to have it all together, and we know most of us don't.
When it comes to acting, you are taking on the life of someone else, and sometimes that can mean reaching into deep, darker places of your own life to make sure the character is seen to the audience. SAG actress Abina, who is the main character of the show, tells us about those challenges.
A lot of the challenges had to do with like family challenges, issues with, parents aging, being sick. Also, actually the day to day of, while I'm not an influencer, still being in the public eye as a performer and like saving face and making everything look like it's going well when really on the inside it's falling apart. So that was something to really dig down and be vulnerable about and be like, I know exactly how this feels. So let me not pretend and lean more into it, but also not traumatize myself while doing it.
Bronxnet helped produce the show, meaning that our talented videographers such as Andrea Matthew took charge of the cinematography. The artists come back and give their experiences with working with both our field team and the in-studio team.
Filming with Bronxnet crew, first of all, I had worked with Box Studios before. I worked with Coconut and I worked with Jasmine, luckily, previously, but also adding in the opportunity to film with Bronxnet. It was like such a professional production. All the crew was on point. The facilities at leaving college were everything. I'm like, okay, we got it all. So it was really a joy to finally see more about Bronxnet, because I'm from Jersey, but I've even heard about Bronxnet out there. So it was a joy.
Bronxnet was very good in this collaboration because it gave us support that as an artist normally you don't have. They have structure, they have cameras, they have studios. So being able to be in a place that gives you that access and resource, you're able to just have a playground to create.
Bronxnet gave us the funding, they gave us the space, the facility. Bronxnet really just gave us a platform to like blossom and, really experiment.
Here's a real reaction of the show from an audience member.
I wanted more, honestly. But I'm like, oh, she a scammer? Okay, she got a man or not her man. So I was enjoying like the family dynamic, the sneak peeks into her life, and like trying to understand like what's going on, like what's really going on. So I was engaged and entertained the whole time. I found myself laughing.
I myself want more as well, and I'm sure by now you are curious to know where you can watch #Stress. June 19th at 9:30 p.m. on all of our channels, which are 67 for Optimum Cable, 2133 on Fios, and our website at bronxnet.tv. Be sure to tune in. Reporting for Bronxnet, Kyrie Moody.